So we'll just start off. We are doing swing trading, and in swing trading, Srinivas, the answer to your question is that in swing trading, if the markets are good and kind enough, you'll get around 30-35% in a year, right? So that's pretty good return if you ask me. Of course, it cannot be replicated every year, but you need a good bull market to have that. Uh, but you can limit your losses, and on an average, like you get 30% a year. That's pretty decent return if you compound it over the long term. So daily 5%. Of course. Uh, no, this is not something that is guaranteed, right? This is how is it? We cannot say that daily you will get this, and monthly you will get this, or even yearly you will get this. Also, we cannot say. But on an average, what we are doing is we are trying to cut our losses, minimize our losses, maximize our profits, and if we do that consistently over a year, over 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, right? Your capital will increase by on an average of 30% compounded growth. That's what we can expect in a reasonable way, right? Without losing too much money, if we can do that, well, I think swing trading can easily give you 30%, 35, 30 to 40% in a year in a good bull market run. Of course, there will be other years also, right? Like 2022 till now, right? It's not been a good market. So, of course, definitely you cannot expect that kind of returns, right? But there will be some extraordinary years, like previous year, abnormal returns. So those will compensate for your losses, right? So when you want to have profits, you have abnormal profits. When you are having losses, you minimize your losses. So that's how you on a long term time frame you can get a decent return on your capital. We cannot say, whether Nifty will fall to 16,300 or not. As of now, it does not seem to be very likely, because there is quite a lot of support, buying support in the market, especially when the FIIs has also turned positive. So a very very deep fall from this. There can be a correction. I'm not saying there cannot be a correction. There can be a correction, but a very deep fall from this level seems to be unlikely, right? Because the FIs have also turned positive, and the equity inflows, domestic equity inflows, are also pretty strong. Okay, having said that, let me also put the disclaimer. I'm not a SEBI registered analyst, so whatever discussions we do here are not trading or investment recommendations, doing it purely for educational purpose. We'll be discussing chart analysis using Bollinger Bands and exponential moving averages. I have some stocks in mind and some indices for what we normally do and try to analyze the market. So I will do that. In the meantime, if you want to have some stocks of your own, you can also put that in the chat box. And questions you're already putting in the chat box. So if you have questions or some stocks that you want to see, we'll also see that on the charts. Yeah, these are some of the tools that we use: charting screener and trading journal that we have. So let's go to the chart analysis. This is how the Nifty is looking on a weekly time frame. So as you were saying, like 16,300 is somewhere here, right? Is somewhere here at this level, which is on a weekly time frame. As you can see, it is below the 20 SMA. It is below the 20 SMA. So such a deep fall as of now seems to be unlikely, right? But there can be a correction. There can be a correction and come down here, maybe 17,000, 16,800 level, and probably would bounce back from there. That's what I feel. Of course, nobody can say anything perfect about the market as of now. As of now, it is the market is at 17,534. The Nifty is at 17,534. You can expect it to move up in this trajectory. As you can see, it is moving up from the lower Bollinger Band here and up to the 20 SMA, and then again with a lot of positive movement from here going up here. So this slow consolidating movement, either it can consolidate here at this point or maybe move a little bit more higher to touch 17,800 to 18,000, and probably then have a little correction from there. That's what I'm expecting right now. Srinivas, if you need a investment plan or something like that, what you should do is get in touch with me on LinkedIn. You can DM me. I can give you personally, because as of now I cannot tell you personally what you need to do, because I need to understand your risk profile, and especially when you're saying that no job and all, so then that means that risk profile and everything need to analyze your personal situation, and then I can give you something, right? But what you're saying, let's that there's things can be worked out. It is not that things cannot be worked out. Things can be worked out, and worked out in a way that suits your risk profile, right? If you let me also just tell you, just in general, if your risk profile is high, like instance, you lost losing your job, or it's uncertainty in your job, or maybe your business is unpredictable, those are the times then you don't want to take extra amount of risk in the stock market. Don't take too much of risk that you bust your capital. Please don't do that. You'll put yourself and your family at risk. So please don't do that. But there are ways in which we can manage our risks. So that is possible, and we can do it in a nice way, such that you get your get your things done, and without causing problems to your family and all, right? We can do that, right? So please be calm, please be patient. Don't jump into things that you won't understand. Don't jump into extra risky things, right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll look at some of the stocks that are performing. Let's also look at the indices in a way, in a while. We'll also look at the stocks. Good evening. Yeah, so Bank Nifty is much more stronger than the Nifty in this case, because you see the green candles here. The Nifty was showing a bit of a consolidation, but Bank Nifty is going higher and higher. But it has almost reached the upper Bollinger Band here. The upper Bollinger Band is at 38,953. So there is let's say around another 600 points space for it to move. If it comes here, probably there might be an exhaustion and coming down, so that in turn will also pull the Nifty down. That is why you see the Nifty not going up, not going down. By the way, I just remembered, there is in the US, there is one data that is coming out tonight, and that is the consumer price inflation data. So today the market was, in fact, if you see the market today, it has not moved at all. Right, it is just staying in that place. Just look at, just put it on the daily chart here. uh, you see the market today, what has happened here. In fact, in the last 3-4 days, and today especially, it is not moving at all. It came down a little bit and immediately came up, even though it closed in red slightly. But this market is waiting for the US consumer price inflation data that is going to come out tonight. Right, so that the direction that the US market will take tonight will also have repercussion for us tomorrow, and that probably will help to decide where the market is going. So yeah, as you can see, Bank Nifty is much more stronger than the Nifty here, but doesn't have too much space upside to go. So this may, in fact, if it goes up and then comes down immediately, that may in fact pull down the Nifty a little bit. So it is likely to consolidate, or maybe have a small correction, the overall market. My thoughts on Yes Bank is that avoid it. I am not even seeing the chart for since the problem happened at Yes Bank. I'm not even seeing the charts of Yes Bank, because I don't want to put my money in stocks which are likely to give you a lot of problems, right? Liquidity problems and manipulation problems and things like that, and especially with things when companies where corporate governance is an issue, and things like that. I don't bother to look at it. So that's my view. Please avoid companies which that there are issues of corporate governance. There are issues with manipulation, and all those stocks you want to avoid, because you can get trapped, right? That is the problem. Yeah, Amir. So Yes. So the market today was flat because I think the market is waiting for the data that is supposed to come out tonight in the US, which is the inflation data, and probably what will happen tonight in the US markets will have a effect upon how the market will move tomorrow. So I am expecting a very volatile movement tomorrow, and that will probably set the direction for the next week also. Yeah, Zomato, I will wait for Zomato to show some profit on the books. So what Zomato has said in the last results that they have halved their loss. Good. So good. But I will wait for profit to happen on the Zomato books, and I will also wait for consistent profit to happen. And if consistent profit happens, then I'll think of trading or investing in that stock. Right till then, I don't want to touch a stock which has got loss on its books, which is burning cash like anything. I don't want to touch those stocks. All right. Yeah. Give me a moment, Srinivas. We'll just look at the indices first, and also look at the stocks that you are saying. So just a quick look at the indices. You see IT index here. I think the last week I was not able to do the stream, but before that, when we met, I told you here at this point we were there, and the Nifty IT index. I said if the index has to move up from this point, the IT index has to perform, and that is exactly what has happened. The IT index has help the Nifty to move up further. But you see here at the 20 SMA, there is there is a red candle here. So if the Nifty has to move up further, the Bank Nifty is probably going to be a drag, but if the IT index is going to go up above the 20 SMA, that is what will move the Nifty further, if at all. Right. So this is where you need to watch out. That index is what we have to watch. The auto is already up on the top, so there will not be much trading opportunities here in the auto. It's already moved up at the top. The Nifty metal was the trading opportunity before 2-3 weeks, and even before 2 weeks. This was the trading opportunity here. We'll see if there are some trading opportunities today also in metal. And finally, let's look at a couple of Nifty Pharma. See, the Pharma is coming up here and taking support at the 20 SMA. So Pharma and metal is what we need to be looking at for any kind of a trading opportunity in the next week. FMCG is also moved up, so this is not likely to have a good trading opportunity. Yes. Yeah, Akash Airlines. I don't think Akash Airlines is listed. It is a company, definitely. So it is it might be a public limited company. I think it might be a public limited company or a private limited company. It's not listed. It's not listed as such. Yeah. Yeah. So let us have a look at the stocks that you are saying, and let's have a look at VIP Industries. Where is India? Yeah. Yeah, so VIP Industries is on the downtrend. As you can see, it tried to move up here at the 20 SMA, came up from the lower Bollinger Band with a very strong bullish engulfing candle here, and then came up here to the 20 SMA, but then lost steam here. So as of now, you can see in the previous week also it has broken the low of the week before, and it has broken the low of the previous week also. So in all likelihood, this is going down up to 525. So this is weak at the moment, and going down. In all likelihood, going down. So yeah, Rajesh, aviation is not. It's very difficult to find a company which is profitable in the aviation sector, because that it is a high cost sector, and the fuel cost is also is way high, and also a lot of fluctuations in the fuel cost. So, and also with so many travel issues, and guidelines of different countries and this and that, and so many things that are happening in the aviation sector. So it is very difficult to find a profitable company in the aviation sector. So if I'm going to bet my money, I would rather avoid the aviation sector, because our capital is limited, right? Our resources, the capital is limited. So which sector, which place you want to allocate your money? You want to try and allocate your money to sectors which are bound to give you a good amount of returns in 3 to 5 years, right? So there are other sectors which are which are able to give better returns than the aviation sector. So that is what I feel about that. So I try and avoid the aviation sector. Indigo is the only was the only, rather, I think, airline which was profitable in India. But even that is not any kind of a super profit. Like, it's average, right? And and there are better companies and better sectors too. Yeah, Tata Motors is showing a lot of promise. Yeah, they have in fact signed the agreement to buy the Ford plant here in Gujarat, and so they are. I think the electrical division, the electrical vehicles division, has bought the Ford manufacturing plant in Gujarat. So they are betting very high on the electrical segment. But all that is fine. We don't trade on news. What we trade on is price, right? So that is all fine. But when we look at the price, how is the price moving? Yeah, you see, here in let's say in June 2022, let's say if we are just seeing it from the perspective of a swing trade, right? Not a long term investment, just a swing trade. So here in June 27 June 2022 was a good opportunity here, a perfect setup, and going up high, even though the risk reward ratio was not very ideal here, but it still did give a good return. So slowly and steadily it is inching up high. Let's see if there is, we can see something on the monthly charts. Yeah, yeah. So in the monthly charts, right from April 2020, it has been moving up, and as of now consolidating here in this place, right? So 392, it took support around 300 and 360, 380 odd, and then it is trying to move up here, right? So this is again, I'm seeing a monthly chart, right? So all this can play out over the next few months, so next few months, or maybe 6 months or something. So there is some space for it to move up to 550 levels, 530, 550 levels. That is on the swing trading perspective, right? Yeah. Tata Elxsi is a very good stock for the long term also. But what you need to see, especially if you're seeing for the long term, you have to look at what price you are buying it. That is more important, in terms of your overall returns. That will become more important. You see the Tata Elxsi stock here, and the way it is moving above the averages. Uh, Sorry, the way it is moving above the averages, it is at the all-time high, right? So even though it is a good stock, this is not the price to buy, right? It is at the all-time high. So you want to buy when it comes down to the this is the 10 exponential moving average, which is at 7,625. That could be a good price to buy. Even better price to buy would be the 20 exponential moving average, which is 6,203, 6,200 odd, right? So when it comes down here, that is the price that you want to enter in, because that is your least risk position, right? That's your least risk position as of now. In this stock, even though it is a very good stock, it has not given any opportunity, any good opportunity to enter into that stock at these levels, because it is hardly coming close to the 10 moving average, the 10 period moving average, right? So if it comes down there, then it is possible to buy that. Automobiles, you see, automobiles has already moved up so fast, so I don't think there is any other trading opportunity in automobiles, because it's already moving, so your risk reward ratio will not help you. You see, Mahindra, it's already moving up so far, your stop loss will be very deep, and it is not possible to predict how it will go from here, right? Same you will see in Maruti also. It is right at the top, at the upper Bollinger Band. So if you want to place a stop loss, you will have to place it somewhere here, which is a very deep stop loss. So trading opportunities as of now in the auto sector, no, I don't think so. There is any trading opportunity. Let's see Eicher Motors again. You will see almost the same kind of uh, chart setup. Yeah, the escorts is a little bit better than the others in the sense that probably it will give you a better entry here, because the lower stop loss, you can place a lower stop loss here, but even then the risk reward ratio is not very good. Yeah, the stop loss can come up to 1500, and your target would come up to 2000, right? So that is yeah, okay, that's good enough. So that is a little less than 1:3. So probably in escorts you can have a good trade in the auto. Yes. Okay, let us look at the pharma, as you were saying, because in the pharma we also saw that the index was also giving us an indication that probably pharma will have some trades. So Dr. Reddy consolidating here at the lower, it's not giving a proper setup for us, or not giving confirmation, in fact. Cipla, let us see Cipla. Okay, Cipla breaking out, but no good risk reward ratio. Right. Apollo Hospitals. See, Apollo Hospitals can give you a trade here. What is the current market price is 4,517, and the 20 SMA is at 4,080. Right, so around a little less than 500 points, 500 rupees on the stop loss, and the target 5,648, which is the upper Bollinger band here, right? So around 1100 rupees on the top and 500 rupees on the bottom. So 1:2 risk reward ratio. It's pretty decent. So in the pharma, this can give you a good trade, right? Let's look at some of the other stocks in pharma. In fact, I wanted to look at Divi's Labs also. Okay, Gland Pharma does not have so much of. Oh, are we looking at monthly charts? Okay, okay. Gland Pharma, no, not quite. Let me look at Apollo again on the weekly chart. Yeah, weekly it does not seem to be so promising. What we had talked earlier about the Apollo is for the monthly chart, right? So on the monthly it will be better. So you have it for the longer time frame. In Divi's Lab, it is very close to the 20 SMA here. If it crosses above the 20 SMA, which is 3,950 odd, and closes above that, then you can have a trade here for the and target for the upper Bollinger Band. That's what you can do. Okay. LIC. See, LIC is a government-owned stock. I think almost 97% of the stock is still owned by the government. So, in terms of management, efficient management, um, there's a lot of things to be desired. So we don't know how that will fare. But my guess is that it will fare just like any other public sector stock. Which are listed. So as of now, you can see that it's not going anywhere. It's just consolidating here, up and down. As of now, it's not going anywhere, right? So till it makes a move, either on the upside or on the downside, then we can know, what is happening. But otherwise, I don't think there is any move happening here. Right. We already saw some in the pharma, and yes. So how do you successfully swing trade? So, Nikita, that's what we are trying to do here. We are using the indicators, these Bollinger Band indicators, and we are trying to take stocks when it comes on the weekly time frame. We are looking at on the weekly time frame so that we are confirmed about the trend. That's what we are trying to do. What did we look at right now? Okay, let's look at one more pharma stock, which is Lalpat Labs. Okay, see here. This is what we're trying to do. Okay, where either the stock has to come down here at the lower Bollinger Band and give us a confirmation of reversal, like give us a green candle here and one more green candle which crosses the last week's high. Then and then we can place the stop loss here at the lower Bollinger Band and aim for the average, aim for the median here, which is the 20 SMA, the middle line here. And then if it crosses the middle line also, let's see here, suppose for instance here it has crosses the middle line also, and this week it is giving a doji candle here, so it has broken the high, but it is it doesn't know where to go. So that's what a doji candle is, uncertainty. But you could risk a trade here, right? Because you have a very low stop loss, just 200 rupees stop loss, and if it does go, then it will go up to 2806, which is the upper Bollinger Band here. So you have 400 rupees on the top, 200 rupees at the as your stop loss. That is your 1:2 risk reward ratio. That's how you do risk reward ratio. Where is your stop loss and what is the target that you can have? And why I'm using Bollinger Bands is because it is so easy to just visualize the target and the stop loss. It is right in front of your eyes, right? You don't need to stretch a trend line, and you don't need to find the resistance and support and this like that. So this is pretty visually very easy to make out, and that's why I prefer using Bollinger Bands, and very easy for me to explain to you also, because the moment I say this, it is easy for you to understand where to put the stop loss and where to put the target. So that's how you do the risk reward ratio. Let's say for instance the current market price here is 2427. What is the 20 SMA? 20 SMA is around 2300. So hardly a little more than 100 rupees on the stop loss, right? A little more than 100 rupees. If it goes below the 20 SMA, exit the trade. So what is the target? Target is upper Bollinger Band is the target. What's the target? 2819, which is 400 rupees away. So you have a little more than 100 rupees as your stop loss, and about 400 rupees as your target. So in fact, it is not 1:2. It is actually a pretty good risk reward ratio. This 20 SMA is 2000. Yeah, it's close to 2300. I earlier I was telling 2200, but this is actually 2300. So you have a 1:4 risk reward ratio, which is pretty good risk reward ratio, which is actually a very good trade. A swing trade. That's how you successfully swing trade. You want a very good risk reward ratio. You want to have the setup formation, but even if you have the setup formation right, you want to have a very good risk reward ratio. Like I don't go for a 1:1 risk, one reward. No, I don't want that. I want a reward that is more than the risk that I'm taking. So you don't enter those trades. You don't enter those trades, and you enter only those trades where you have a very decent risk reward ratio, at least 1:2 risk reward ratio. So what are the types of stock that we can invest in which will give us a risk reward? This you need to look at the formation. If the formation is correct, you are able to calculate your stop loss and your target, and you just calculate the risk reward ratio. If it is favorable, go for it. So what I do is that that we are using this scanner here, charting.com screener, and what I have changed the parameters here a little bit, but just to explain. Uh, let's say this for instance, what I'm doing is there I have limited the filter to Nifty 200. Yeah, you can do that. You can say Nifty 500 also, but I don't want to go to 500 because there can be liquidity problems also, and if you increase your volume, there can be problems. So the Nifty 200 is the top 200 stocks, and if I get opportunity to trade in the top 200 stocks, then there is very little chance of price manipulation. There is very little chance of problems due to liquidity. I'm not able to exit at the correct price or whatever. All those things are limited, right? So that's why I keep that filter here. uh, okay, just a moment. Yeah, so those are the, so you can decide your which stocks you want to do. So there are other people who do all the, they take Nifty 500 or they take all the stocks. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to do all the stocks, it is risky, but it's if you understand it, then good for you. Let's see. Yeah, Radico Khaitan. Radico Khaitan has already is exhausted in the so it's went up here, up to the upper Bollinger Band, and you see the selling that is coming from the top immediately. As soon as it reaches the upper Bollinger Band here at 984, immediately there is selling. And the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there is selling. So this is likely to come down further up to 870, which is the 20 SMA here, and should take support at the 20 SMA, which is also the trend line. If you keep a vertical, horizontal trend line from here, that will also come around this place. So 870 should be the support for Radico Khaitan. Adani Ports. Okay, let's have a look at Adani Ports. It's a slight correction here. So it has moved up. It didn't actually cross the lower Bollinger Band. It didn't go beyond that, but reversed just before that. It reversed and came up here at the 20 SMA, moved up above, and now it is showing a little bit of correction, a pullback, right? And probably it will take support here at 762, and you can wait and watch on this stock. If it comes down here to 762 and it takes support and shows you a green candle reversal after that, that can be a good trade. So keep it on your watch list. The Adani Ports can give you a good trade if it does what we expect it to do, like it is pulling back right now, and if it retraces and goes up again, that can be a good trade. ACC, what? Okay, ITC, you're saying ITC has, the FMCG, we already saw the index. It has already moved up quite up high, right? So there is no good entry price here for a short-term trade, right? So we saw that in the FMCG index also. The FMCG index also was a pretty similar setup, and ITC is a heavyweight on the FMCG index, ITC and Hindustan Lever. So this week or probably in a few weeks, you will not find good trades in FMCG. Coal India. Okay, let us look at Coal India. Coal India has declared a dividend. Yeah. So it's already moved. There is no short-term trade here, right? It's already moved up to the upper Bollinger Band. So at any point of time, it can come down. So we don't know. We don't want to enter the stock at this point. Right? It has to either be at the average or at the lower Bollinger Band, and from there a reversal. That is where you get a good risk-reward ratio. But when it is already up at the top, the momentum can push it a little bit more further. That can happen, but it's risky to get in there. Because if selling starts to happen, then immediately it will come down. Right? So it has moved up pretty well, and dividend is also declared in this company, but no short-term trade at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Which other stock? Defense segment. There are very few listed stocks in the defense segment, and I think Paras is also a very new stock. right? So there is not quite a lot of history on this stock. So it is difficult to say from a swing trading perspective. And even if I look at the daily chart also, it has not quite moved up. There is no momentum here. The only momentum was there at the time of listing, right? So it has not moved anyway. So this is the I think this is the only private listed company in the defense thing. But I'm not very sure. There are some companies which are providing some kind of software for defense, but I don't remember the name of the company. If you do remember the name of the company, just put it in the chat box. We'll have a look at it. So this is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Of course, this is a public, right? This is a government company, public sector unit. So yeah, this has been moving up quite a bit from the, uh, from these levels here from January, right? So the other reason why PSU stocks are moving up is also because because people are taking out because this market was moving down so much, and so people are booking profits in the aggressive stocks and moving into PSU stocks for dividend yield, or mostly as a defensive strategy to stay afloat, and to minimize their losses. So that is also the reason why Coal India and PSU banks and this PSU sector is moving up since January. You can see that it is happening since January here. So that is also the reason, because some money is flowing in here because people want to safeguard their portfolio by putting it in the PSU and high dividend yield stock. So that can be a possibility happening, right? Okay. So other than that, I'm not very sure of any kind of defense stocks. But if you do have, I'm I fail to recall. There is one stock who is giving some kind of software solutions for defense, but I'm not able to recall the name of the stock. If anybody of you, if you know the stock, please do put it in the chat box. We will have a look at that stock. Jumble Fertilizers. Okay. Uh, Chambal Fertilizers is as of now consolidating, not sure where to go. In fact, it is in the middle of nowhere. Right, it is not close to the lower Bollinger Band. It is not close to the 20 SMA. So as of now, no trade here. A trade could have been a possibility, in July, 11 July, this week here. This could have been a possibility, but again, it is not reaching the target. Right, it is consolidating here at this point. So you need to see a direction where it will go, whether it will go up or down. You need to see a direction in the stock, and then we can make a move. Yeah, some of the best mid cap stocks is listed here. One stock is just below in the chat box mentioned, Deepak Nitrite. uh, is a very good stock, mid cap stock, and it is also giving a good trading opportunity here. See here, look at it's very close to the 20 SMA, and almost your I think your you know the the stop loss is almost close to zero here. Oh, 2018 is the CMP, and 1997 or 1995 is the 20 SMA. So how many points? 18 and 5. So only 23 rupees stop loss. Only 23 rupees stop loss, and you have a target up to here at the 2389. 2389. So very good opportunity here in Deepak Nitrate. Yes. Finolex is another good mid-cap stock, but you need to be very sure of the price which you're taking. Finolex Industries uh, is a good mid-cap stock. Okay, let me just Yeah, but it is consolidating here, right, at the near close to the lower Bollinger Band. So as of now, there is no trade happening. Either it has to come close here or it has to move above the 20 SMA. Then you can have a good, a good trade. So either it has to be here, close to here, or it has to move above here. Then you can get a good risk reward ratio. As of now, it is just moving in this range. So, no good trade happening out there. Neos Starolution. Okay. Which is the stock? Neos Starolution. Have you spelled it rightly? It's not there. Okay, got it. So, yeah. So this stock has exhausted. It has come, you see, it has come down from the 20 SMA. It had gone up, but now come down from the 20 SMA. So you wait and watch. Either if it goes up above the 20 SMA, then you can have a bullish trade over here. Or if it is breaking the previous week low, then probably it will go down and take support around 750 or so, because this is the horizontal support here. So that will be the first line of support, and then 660 is the next line of support for that stock in yours. Will China and Taiwan conflict affect the market? Uh, as of now, it does not seem so, unless it intensifies and some kind of other thing happens. Tensions increase. But as of now, it does not seem to intensify so much. Of course, that's my view. It's a personal view. We don't never know what is going to happen. But one of the things about Taiwan is it has the biggest semiconductor factories, which supplies the semiconductor all over the world. So that could be one supply constraint if anything happens, right? And we saw that problem happening in the auto sector, but now the supplies have improved, and that's why you see the auto sector also moving up further. So that could be one issue. But other than that, I don't see the markets are not reacting. The markets are not reacting to the tensions over there. So it does not seem to be likely that it is going to have a lot of effect on the market. Yeah, so let's see some stocks that are tomorrow. You see on the screener, what I did is that instead of lower Bollinger Band, I took SMA. So 1 week ago, close crossed above the 1 week ago SMA, 20 SMA, and weekly high greater than 1 week ago high. I ran the scanner here, and around 13 stocks have come up, and out of that, around 4 stocks are already in minus. So we can look at some of the stocks here. Tata Chemicals has already moved up by 12.24, so not likely to have a trade over there because it's already moved up, but we'll still have a look. In fact, we already saw that, I think. Yeah, you see, it has moved up quite a bit over here, and this move. It's the trade was last week or in 11 July week, right? So that was a trade. So this is already moved, but we can have some other stocks here: JSW Energy, Aarti Industries, and NAM India. Let's have a look at that. Aarti Industries. Yeah. See, Aarti Industries very close to 20 SMA. So this can be your stop loss, and your target can be here at the upper Bollinger Band. So that's where Aarti Industries can give you a move in the next few weeks. JSW Energy. JSW Energy has already moved up. So the risk reward ratio on this trade will not be good. So we can avoid the trade. NAM India. Uh, yeah. So NAM India, let's see the risk reward ratio here. 311 is the current market price. Stop loss at 295, which is 16 rupees, and 340 could be the target, which is around 39 rupees, right? So 16 and 39, almost a little more than 1:2. So this can give a good return. Nippon. So those are some of the stocks to watch out, not just for tomorrow, but for the next few weeks. Okay, this what we are looking at the weekly time frame. So we are looking at a few weeks, right? So these are the stocks. Airtel. Okay, let's have a last look. Airtel. Airtel is also same position here, very close to 20 SMA. So 700 will be your stop loss. 715 is the CMP, and 763 will be your target. So 45 rupees on the top, and around 15 rupees as the stop loss. So 1:3 risk reward ratio on Bharti Airtel. Those are the stocks to watch out. Okay, and yeah, Avanti Feed and Ashok Leyland. So Avanti Feeds has consolidated for quite a long time here, big time, and then broken out here. Need to look at this on the, let's look at this on the exponential moving averages. Okay, it's a long consolidation. Wait for this stock to break out, because this is a very long period of consolidation, and if it does break out from here, this will give a very strong move if it does break out above 650 levels, right? Because it will break this multi-year consolidation here. So you need to wait till it breaks the 650 levels. Until that time, maybe there can be short trades, but the great multi-year breakout will come after 650. What are the things to keep in mind as a beginner while investing? Saurav, I would recommend you to please join my Friday stream, because this week we are doing that streams with our friends. So there's a special stream on Friday in which I'm talking about this same topic. Strategies to approach the market as a beginner. As a beginner, what are the things that you want to keep in mind? What are the kind of questions that you could have? So if you check my profile here, you will see that stream that is scheduled for Friday, 12th August, 5 p.m. So, I would request you to, would you please join on Friday, and we'll have a chat on this specific topic. I wanted to address this topic, in fact, and you have already asked this question. So, yeah, please do tune up on Friday. Thank you. Right. Okay, last talk for the day. We'll have VRL Logistics. Yeah. So these three red candles here, let's just hope that it will take support here at the 20 SMA. It is very close to 20 SMA. So let's hope that it will take support here at the 20 SMA. But going by the momentum in the past months, it might take support here. There is only one instance here where it has gone down below the 20 SMA and given a reversal again. All the other instances, it has, very strictly and very religiously, it has followed the 20 SMA. So let's just hope that it will take support here at the 20 SMA and give a reversal. But till it gives a green candle, we don't take a hasty decision. Okay. So thank you guys for joining, and do connect with me. That's my website, capitalworx.in. or anything related to mutual funds or equity insurance or portfolio training, mentoring, do connect with me. And I would really like you to please do connect with me on LinkedIn. Srinivas, you can, or anybody of you. I mean, Srinivas has a personal question. I can't answer it on a public forum. But if any of you in any kind of difficulty, and if there is any way that I can help you, surely I would be very happy to. And please do DM me on LinkedIn. And yeah, that's my email also. If you email me also, that's fine. And yeah, thank you, Brain. Thank you, Saurav. And we'll call it a day. So thanks once again, and good day to you all.